Kerbal Space Program is a pretty difficult game, but what if we made it 4 times harder to get to orbit, 100 times more complicated, added the ability that parts will fail, and made science and money much more difficult to get? Well, if that sounds interesting to you, welcome to RP-1. RP-1 is a mod pack for Kerbal Space Program that tries to follow a real historical progression, and it is extraordinarily difficult. Things go wrong, people die, and it is a fantastically fun time. So welcome to the video, let's get started. Our primary goal as a space agency is going to be to put crew on Mars by the year 1980. So let's get started. First off, let's take a look at our research tree here. As you can see, this is far expanded from regular Kerbal Space Program. We have a lot to do. Instead of immediately unlocking tech in this mod, you actually have to hire researchers who will unlock things over time. And that's the exact same thing for vehicles as well. If we want to build a rocket, we have to construct a launch pad that's heavy enough to hold our rocket, and we have to fill it with engineers, and it's going to take time based on how many engineers we put into it. So we have a lot of management stuff to do here. I'm not going to show a lot of that in this series. I'm going to try and keep it to primarily just the launches and stuff surrounding that. We'll have little bits of strategy sprinkled in here or there, but I don't think we want. There is one bit of strategy that we need to discuss, which is which programs are we going to take to start out with. Programs in this are what actually provide you the contracts to then complete and progress through the game. So we're going to take X-Planes and suborbital research. X-Planes is all about building planes that go fast and go high, and suborbital research is all about sending stuff up and bringing it right back down. In the background, you can see us building our first vehicle, Spaceshot-1. This vehicle is going to carry us through the very early game, and it's going to let us complete some contracts later on in the program as well. April 21st, 1951. Spaceshot-1 has been rolled out to the pad and is ready for its first test flight. However, unfortunately, it suffered an almost immediate engine failure on the first stage and fell right back down to the pad. May 19th, 1951. A new Spaceshot rocket has been constructed and the launch has been set to go. The first launch was a pretty embarrassing failure for the program, but as long as nothing else goes wrong from here, I think we'll be fine. After a successful full duration burn on the first stage engine, after stage separation, the second engine unfortunately failed to ignite. This makes it 2 failures in a row for this fledgling program. Public confidence in the program has rapidly decreased. However, we must continue and look towards future flights. June 28th, 1951. A third Spaceshot rocket has been rolled out to the pad with the intention of breaking the Kármán line. After the previous 2 flights, flight data on both of the engines has been obtained, meaning that hopefully they will be more reliable going forward. After a successful full-length burn on the first stage, the second engine fails to ignite, leaving our rocket doomed to crash into the Atlantic Ocean, just like its 2 brothers beforehand. The next launch of this vehicle needs to be a success, or the entire program may be in jeopardy. August 3rd, 1951. Another Spaceshot has been rolled out to the pad. The engineers believe that with the repeated failures, we should have enough flight data to be able to make it through a full duration burn of both stages and finally break the Kármán line. If this launch fails, the program may be over before it really had a chance to begin. Finally, our program catches a break. Our second engine successfully ignites and we complete a full duration burn, reaching an apoapsis of 300,000 meters, destroying our goal of 100,000 for the Break the Kármán line contract. Mission Control erupts with cheers as Spaceshot 4 finally accomplishes what all of its brothers could not. August 15th, 1951. The space agency has successfully recruited a man crazy enough to fly its new invention. A rocket plane with 2 liquid rocket engines slapped onto the back. For the first mission, we don't want to go too hard or too fast, so we instruct Gleb to simply break the sound barrier and then come back home. After reporting generally favorable flying characteristics of the aircraft, Gleb comes down for a landing. Upon landing, an error in the flight control system forces his rear elevator down, making the tail strike the ground and the plane disintegrates underneath him. Gleb somehow managed to eject right at the last moment and walks away from the accident. This was an extremely close call, and better safety measures need to be implemented at the program to prevent such events in the future. We'll finish today's episode with a sneak peek of what comes next. This vehicle, known as the K-4, uses technology stolen from the Kermans during Operation Stapler. This vehicle, while originally intended for war, will now be used to send larger payloads into a suborbital trajectory. It weighs about 15 times as much as Space Shot, and it's going to take us a long time to build. But we'll see that in the next video. Thank you all so much for watching this first episode. These sorts of videos take a lot more effort to make than I'm used to, but I do enjoy making them. So let me know if you guys would rather see more shorter videos like this one or wait longer in between some longer videos. We're live every day if you want to come and stop in and watch our progress, but until then, I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good one.